No mic collection is complete without a great dynamic mic. For those starting out with recording, it's likely that your first and only microphone is a large diaphragm condenser. To complement that, a dynamic mic fills in the limitations that a condenser usually has. Dynamic mics trade off sensitivity for high SPL handling without distortion and tighter polar patterns. There are many products available to choose from best dynamic microphones, each with different characteristics, benefits, and prices. To help you make an informed decision, I did dynamic research, read tons of reviews from customers, and compiled a list of the best dynamic microphones from reputable brands. After much research, I found these products much helppful for people like you. If you want to know about the price and other information, be sure to check my description. So without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Number 1. Shure SM57 Microphones. The SM57 is able to record almost anything in the studio save for the quietest sound sources that require absolute detail. It excels in handling electric guitar, drums and aggressive screamed vocals. My personal favorite use case scenarios for the SM57 include electric guitar cabs and screamed vocals. Guitar amplifiers, especially tube amps, sound best when played at higher volumes. With the SM57 I am able to crank guitar amps to get the saturation I need without worrying that the mic would overload or distort. The same goes for screamed vocals. It's the first mic engineers reach for when they want to mic up a snare. I've used my personal one to mic up live snares countless times over the years, and it's always predictable and consistent. It's one of the mics that you'll learn proper mic technique with because of its consistency. Want more rings? Angle the edge of the snare. Want more of the snap? Aim for the center with the mic 2 inches above the outer rim. It's a great learning tool to get great drum sounds and a good bassline for mic selection, even when you expand your mic locker. Number 2. Sennheiser E945 Microphones. The E945 is Sennheiser's flagship handheld dynamic microphone, which means that it encapsulates the best of what the company has to offer. At its core is a dynamic mic capsule with a supercardioid polar pattern, fine-tuned to capture vocal nuances even on a busy and loud stage. Sennheiser mentions that this mic features neodymium ferrous magnet with boron, which is not easily affected by environmental changes. This makes it a consistent sounding mic, which is important in performances. It is a reliable workhorse mic with a good build quality. The capsule is shock mounted inside the mic to prevent handling and impact noises. All of these features are further complemented by hum compensating coils which prevent electrical interference. Summing all of that, this mic provides improved sound quality, along with better suppression of noise and feedback, than most other handheld dynamic mics in this price range. Number 3. Sennheiser E906 Microphones. The Sennheiser E906 is an instrument mic with a side address, designed to lay flat on the grill cloth of guitar amps. It has gained popularity over the years as a guitar cab mic, an alternative to using a mic on a stand. The side address design allows for easier setup and consistent placement both in live and in the studio. This consistent setup means repeatable results, which is especially important in the recording. Being an instrument mic, it is capable of handling high SPL sound sources, so it can be used to handle other loud instruments, including the spiky transient sounds of drum shells. For miking up guitar cabs and drum shells, the E906 deserves a spot in your microphone cabinet. It's a consistent performer that will last you for years. Number 4. Shure SM7B Microphones. Much has been said about the Shure SM7B, which is expected given its legendary status as one of the holy grails of dynamic mics. Originally designed for broadcasting, the SM7 series was quickly adopted by recording studios for musical use, especially for vocals. The B variant is the latest of this line, having additional low frequency achieved through careful tuning of an augmented SM57 capsule, and integrating the shock mount, filter and enclosure into the design. This one has a frequency response that work great with aggressive, shouted, and screamed vocals, resulting in tracks fitting in the mix exceptionally well. These types of vocals are hard to capture using conventional mics that focus on clarity. It is also a good mic for instruments and guitar amps, behaving like the iconic SM57, but with more bottom end. The mic requires an audio interface or preamp that can provide at least 60 decibels of gain, otherwise, the mic can be too quiet. The Cloudlifter is perfect for the job. Number 5. Electro Voice RE20 Microphones. The proximity effect is the phenomenon where the bass gets boosted the closer a sound source is to the microphone capsule. The RE20 was developed for broadcast situations so that the speaker can sound consistent whether they're up against the grill or sitting back on a chair. Electro Voice calls the technology Variable D, and it's meant to stop the bass from becoming overly boosted when the source is up close. The Variable D technology makes the RE20 behave like a condenser mic, while retaining the durability and noise rejection properties of a dynamic mic. As such, it is incredibly versatile and useful for vocals and instruments alike. With this mic, you won't have to worry about bass emphasis, as the singer gets close to the mic. It is also useful for non-musical voice recordings like podcasting and voiceover work. The RE20's consistent bass response makes it very useful for close miking instruments and guitar cabinets. It does the job with as little coloration as possible, even when positioned very close to the sound source. That's all from my end. I make helpful video daily, so do subscribe my channel and hit the bell notification. To get more information, or if you want to know product price, please do check my description. For any kind of problem, please comment below, so I can help you further. Life is short, so enjoy every bit of your life with our cool products, as it's going to make your life much easier. Thanks for watching, have a great day.